They say shoes make the outfit, but for senior travelers, the wrong pair can wreck an entire trip. Imagine this: the crisp scent of autumn, a favorite scarf, a camera waiting to capture golden light. You step out onto cobblestones that look charming in photos, but by midday your feet protest. A small blister, a twinge in the ankle. By day two your stride is cautious instead of joyful. That used to be the cost of looking good on the road. Seniors accepted it as part of travel. But what if that trade-off was unnecessary? What if one thoughtful choice could keep you warm, supported, and stylish all day long? This isn't about ugly, clunky shoes. It's about quiet engineering, smart materials, and designs that honor both elegance and safety. On this channel we help travelers over 60 find that balance. The shoes that let you wander museums, lunch in outdoor markets, and dance at a small concert without worrying about pain or slips. Today we'll show Violetta Crane's discoveries. Footwear that saved her trip and restored her joy for walking. Hit like so more seniors find shoes that match their outfits and protect their steps. And subscribe, because every confident step makes a better memory. We'll walk through 6 shoe types that solve real problems. Stability on wet stone, warmth without bulk, support for swollen feet, easy on and off for airports, elegance for dinners, and one versatile pair that does it all. Stay with us. Your next trip should be about wonder, not worry. Go on. Meet Violetta Crane, 72, a retired florist from Seattle whose love for color and beauty never faded with time. After decades of arranging roses, lilies, and tulips for others, she promised herself that retirement would be about arranging memories, one destination at a time. Her favorite part of travel wasn't just the sights, it was the ritual of getting ready. Matching scarves to jackets, earrings to handbags, and of course, shoes to every outfit. "If I look put together," she often said, "I feel put together." So when she booked her dream fall trip to Italy, she imagined herself strolling through Florence in chic ankle boots, sipping espresso under the soft glow of golden leaves, and gliding confidently across piazzas filled with laughter and history. But reality has a way of humbling even the best plans. By the second day, those stylish boots began biting back. The cobblestones she admired in photos turned into uneven traps for her balance. Her feet throbbed by afternoon, her knees pulsed at night, and her stride, once proud, became careful, hesitant. The romantic city she'd longed to explore suddenly felt smaller, limited by every painful step. She realized she'd packed shoes for how she wanted to look, not how she needed to feel. That's when everything changed. In a small boutique in Florence, she found a pair of travel shoes made with memory foam, ankle support, and flexible soles. Shoes designed not for age, but for adventure. They didn't scream orthopedic, yet they cradled her steps with invisible care. With each day, her confidence returned. She walked farther, lingered longer, laughed louder. The difference wasn't just physical, it was emotional. Violetta learned that the right shoes don't just carry your body, they carry your spirit. Because travel after 60 isn't about slowing down. It's about finding what keeps you moving freely, beautifully, and without pain. Shoe Type 1, the elegant walking sneaker. This isn't your average gym shoe. It's a quiet revolution for senior travelers who refuse to choose between comfort and sophistication. When Violetta first slipped on her pair of elegant walking sneakers, she expected practicality, not transformation. But from the moment her foot sank into that gentle cushion of memory foam, something changed. These weren't the clunky white sneakers she'd once associated with sensible shoes. They were sleek, feather-light, and designed with subtle arch support that hugged her feet instead of flattening them. The tone, a soft taupe that paired effortlessly with her oatmeal sweater and wool scarf, made her feel pulled together without trying too hard. The beauty of the elegant walking sneaker lies in its versatility. Violetta wore hers through Florence's narrow streets, over the bridges of Venice, and even to a candlelit dinner tucked in a quiet alley. The smooth leather finish caught the glow of evening lights, yet the flexible soles absorbed every uneven stone beneath her feet. She didn't have to bring an extra pair for style. These shoes were the style. And the confidence that came with that simplicity? Liberating. "They made me feel casual," she said, "but never careless." That phrase captures what many seniors secretly crave: the ability to look refined without sacrificing ease. The right walking sneaker doesn't scream travel shoe. It whispers elegance through its details, subtle stitching, rounded toe design, and soft tones that complement autumn wardrobes. Think warm neutrals like sand, navy, and cream. These hues not only blend beautifully with seasonal outfits but also hide dust from long sightseeing days. The best part? They transition seamlessly from day to night, making them ideal for packing light, something every senior traveler appreciates. Beyond fashion, there's the hidden power of support. Properly cushioned walking sneakers protect aging joints, reduce swelling during flights, and stabilize posture. That means less fatigue, better balance, and more freedom to explore without pain. Violetta noticed the difference immediately. Her stride lengthened, her shoulders relaxed, and for the first time in years, she forgot about her feet. That's what travel footwear should do: disappear beneath your experience. So, when you're choosing your next pair, skip the flashy sports brands and look for leather or water-resistant mesh designed for comfort and stability. Prioritize breathable materials and removable insoles, especially if you use orthotic inserts. Choose shades that reflect your personal style while keeping your wardrobe flexible. Remember, shoes aren't just accessories. They're your foundation for discovery. What color sneakers match your favorite travel outfit? Share below. Your tip might just inspire another traveler to step out in style and comfort this fall. Shoe type 2, the weather-smart ankle boot. Every seasoned traveler knows that one wrong shoe can turn a perfect fall adventure into a painful countdown to the nearest bench. That's why Violetta Crane calls the weather-smart ankle boot her quiet miracle. Before discovering them, she used to pack her sleek-heeled boots. Beautiful, yes, but unkind. The kind that looked stunning in photos yet unforgiving on real streets. During her trip through Italy, those boots became her biggest regret. They trapped her toes, pinched her arches, and made even short walks feel endless. By the time she reached Milan, her confidence had waned, every step a reminder of fashion's betrayal. That changed when she stumbled into a small shop near Piazza del Duomo. The store owner, seeing her discomfort, smiled and said in gentle English, "You don't need high heels to look elegant, signora. You need balance." He handed her a pair of ankle boots so soft she thought they couldn't possibly be sturdy. But the moment she tried them on, her posture corrected itself. Her weight felt evenly distributed. The lining, plush yet breathable, warmed her feet without suffocating them. And the flexible sole bent with her stride, not against it. By the next morning, she was walking through the misty streets of Milan with ease. The drizzle couldn't touch her, literally or emotionally. "These boots didn't just keep me warm," she said, laughing as she tossed her umbrella aside. "They made me feel young again." It wasn't vanity, it was freedom. Freedom to move without pain, to explore without hesitation, to feel confident even when the weather turned unpredictable. That's what every senior traveler deserves: shoes that respect their needs and their style. Weather-smart ankle boots are the unsung heroes of fall and winter travel. Unlike tall boots that restrict movement or sneakers that soak through, these provide warmth, balance, and refinement all in one. The best pairs feature water-resistant leather or treated suede, with soft inner linings that insulate without overheating. Flexible rubber soles help grip slippery sidewalks and wet stones, while a low, stable lift offers subtle height without strain. Avoid stiff zippers and rigid heels. Look for side stretch panels or easy pull tabs that make slipping them on effortless, especially after long travel days. For Violetta, these boots became her travel trademark. She wore them with cropped jeans, wool trousers, and even a long knit dress. Each looked polished but practical. She no longer worried about airport lines or cold station platforms. Instead, she focused on what mattered: savoring espresso in outdoor cafes, photographing golden leaves, and strolling through cities at her own pace. The truth is, the right boots don't just protect your feet, they restore your confidence. They remind you that warmth can be graceful, and that comfort doesn't have to mean compromise. When your shoes move with you, not against you, every destination feels within reach. What about you? Do you have a favorite pair that carried you through cold weather travels? Share your story below. Another traveler might find their perfect fit because of you. Shoe type 3, the slip-on comfort loafer. Airports have a rhythm of their own. Long lines, quick movements, and those brief pauses where patience and comfort are tested. For many seniors, that rhythm feels exhausting. But for Violetta Crane, her journey home from Europe taught her a lesson she now swears by. Never underestimate the power of a good slip-on comfort loafer. After days of walking through cobbled streets and chilly plazas, her feet needed relief. She didn't want heavy boots or stiff sneakers for her flight home. She wanted something that felt like rest, without looking like surrender. The moment she slid into her loafers, she sighed in quiet gratitude. The supple suede hugged her feet like a second skin, and the elastic sides gave just enough stretch to keep them secure without pressure. It felt like stepping into memory foam, she said, smiling as she moved easily through Florence's airport. They came off effortlessly at security, no fumbling, no balancing act at the metal detector, and slipped right back on as if they belonged there. By the time she reached her gate, she noticed something she hadn't felt in years: comfort without compromise. Slip-on comfort loafers aren't flashy, but they're quietly brilliant for travel. They belong in every senior's suitcase, not just for flights, but for those transitional moments of the journey. Hotel breakfasts, evening walks, casual dinners, or quick errands in new cities. Loafers bridge the gap between ease and elegance. They're the shoes you don't think twice about, yet they carry you through more moments than any other pair. For seniors, that convenience means less strain, less bending, and less worry about swollen feet or stiff joints after long hours of sitting. The ideal travel loafer blends practicality with polish. Look for rubber soles with light traction, enough to keep you stable on polished airport floors or slick hotel tiles. Stretch-fit uppers are essential, allowing flexibility as your feet adjust to altitude or activity. Inside, cushioned insoles or memory foam padding will prevent fatigue during layovers. And when it comes to appearance, go for subtle sophistication. Soft leather, suede, or even textured knit materials in colors like deep caramel, navy, or charcoal. These tones complement everything from travel denim to tailored slacks, giving you that effortless put-together look without trying. For Violetta, her loafers became more than footwear. They became a symbol of traveling wisely. As she walked through airport terminals, she noticed younger travelers rushing, tugging at their shoes, or limping after long flights. She smiled, knowing she'd finally learned what many miss. Comfort doesn't mean giving up on grace. It means designing your trip and your wardrobe around what truly supports you. If you've ever struggled to stay comfortable on long flights or endless layovers, consider making the slip-on loafer your next travel essential. Light, stylish, and effortlessly adaptable. It's proof that aging gracefully also means traveling intelligently. Would you wear comfort loafers for your next flight? Share your favorite travel shoe in the comments. Your insight might just save another traveler's feet on their next journey. Shoe type 4, the thermal travel flat. For many travelers, flats are the symbol of simplicity, easy to slip on, lightweight, and effortlessly stylish. But for Violetta Crane, 72, flats became more than that during her chilly November trip through Europe. She had always associated flats with summer picnics and mild weather strolls, never imagining they could handle the crisp, cool air of European winters. That changed when she stumbled upon a pair of foldable thermal travel flats lined with faux fur in a little boutique off Rome's Via del Corso. They didn't just look cozy, they whispered comfort, elegance, and warmth all at once. At first, she hesitated. Flats in winter, she thought, skeptical. But curiosity and cold feet convinced her. The first evening she wore them, to a candlelit dinner in Florence, she realized these weren't ordinary shoes. The faux fur lining wrapped her feet in gentle warmth, while the soft arch support gave her the stability she often missed in traditional dress shoes. Every step felt cushioned, every movement graceful. Unlike boots that sometimes weighed her down, these thermal flats gave her that delicate sense of freedom, the kind that lets you glide through a museum corridor or step confidently into a cafe without feeling overdressed or underprepared. What surprised her most wasn't how comfortable they were, but how well they completed her outfits. Whether she paired them with tailored slacks or a long knit skirt, they carried a quiet sophistication, one that drew compliments from other travelers who couldn't believe something so practical could look so elegant. And when she wasn't wearing them, she simply folded them neatly into a small pouch in her handbag. That detail alone made her fall in love. Imagine walking through a museum in boots, feeling your feet grow warm, then effortlessly switching into plush, breathable flats that let you keep exploring in comfort. For Violetta, that was freedom redefined. The secret to finding the perfect thermal travel flat lies in the materials. Look for pairs with an insulated lining, faux fur or fleece, that locks in warmth without making your feet sweat. The sole should be flexible yet firm, ideally with slight arch support or memory foam to prevent fatigue during long museum tours or cobblestone strolls. Water-resistant finishes are also worth the investment. Drizzle or morning dew shouldn't ruin your plans or your shoes. And when it comes to color, soft neutrals like taupe, burgundy, or charcoal work best. They transition seamlessly from casual daytime outfits to elegant evening looks, especially in fall or winter destinations. Violetta called them her little luxuries. They reminded her that style doesn't need to scream to make an impression. Sometimes it just needs to whisper warmth and grace. In a world that often tells seniors to choose between comfort and elegance, her thermal travel flats proved that both could coexist beautifully. She wore them to dinners, art galleries, and cozy wine tastings, her feet always comfortable, her spirit always light. Now she can't imagine a trip without them. Her advice to other senior travelers? Pack one pair that makes you feel at home, even when you're far from it. Which city would you wear these in? Vienna, Prague, or New York? Shoe type 5, the adaptive travel bootie. Some shoes look good in photos but feel like punishment after an hour. The adaptive travel bootie, however, belongs to a different league. It's where style meets freedom. For seniors like Violetta Crane, 72, whose joints have grown more sensitive with time, these shoes aren't just about fashion. They're about independence, dignity, and energy. When Violetta first slipped her feet into her adaptive booties, she wasn't expecting a revelation. But what she felt wasn't just comfort, it was possibility. She found them in a small Roman store known for orthopedic craftsmanship disguised as fashion. The booties were sleek, made from supple leather with soft stretch panels that adjusted perfectly to her feet. No stiff edges, no pressure points. The inner cushioning cradled her arches like a custom fit. The magic, though, was in the design. Side zippers with smooth glides, so she could step in and out with one hand, no bending or struggling. For a woman who once needed help lacing up, it was a small victory with a huge emotional reward. During her final week in Rome, she wore them everywhere, strolling along the Tiber River, exploring the Trastevere markets, even through crowded art galleries. They paired effortlessly with her wool coat and scarf, creating a timeless silhouette that felt elegant without trying too hard. She no longer worried about fatigue or pain slowing her down. The adaptive soles absorbed shock as she walked on uneven cobblestones, and the ankle support kept her steady without that bulky medical look that she once avoided. But what struck her most wasn't physical comfort. It was the emotional lift. They felt like freedom, she said quietly one evening while watching the sunset from Ponte Sisto. Every step felt like I was reclaiming energy I didn't know I'd lost. Those words weren't about shoes alone. They were about what the right pair can symbolize for seniors. Autonomy, confidence, and the ability to keep exploring the world on their own terms. Adaptive footwear technology has evolved dramatically in recent years. Today's designs combine ergonomics with aesthetics, stretchable fabrics that adjust to swelling, cushioned midsoles that relieve joint pressure, and lightweight traction that prevents slips. Yet, few seniors realize how transformative these small details can be. The best models include adjustable straps, Velcro closures, and supportive heels that subtly correct balance. Some even feature hidden orthopedic insoles that you can remove or replace for a personalized fit. Violetta's advice to her fellow travelers: don't settle for what you think comfort looks like, find what comfort feels like. For her, that meant discovering a pair of booties that didn't announce medical necessity, but quietly delivered strength and grace. She called them her companions, not accessories. With each step, she carried not just her style, but her self-assurance, proof that growing older doesn't mean slowing down, just stepping smarter. Choose adaptive travel booties with side zippers or Velcro straps for easy wear, breathable lining, and shock-absorbing soles. The right pair won't just fit your feet, it will fit your lifestyle. It's the most stylish way to stay mobile, confident, and independent, wherever your adventures lead. Shoe Type 6, the all-terrain travel hybrid. If Violetta Crane had to choose just one pair of shoes to take on all her journeys, this would be it, the all-terrain travel hybrid. A seamless fusion of sneaker flexibility, boot durability, and slip-on convenience, it became her quiet travel revolution. These weren't just shoes. They were a promise of readiness, no matter where her wanderlust led. Before she discovered them, Violetta's suitcase was always a battlefield between comfort and style. Too many pairs, not enough practicality. She'd pack sneakers for walking, boots for weather, loafers for evenings, and still end up wearing something that didn't quite fit the moment. That changed when she found a pair of travel hybrids in a cozy Milan boutique specializing in senior-friendly footwear engineered for movement. The shop owner described them as a traveler's best friend, and he wasn't exaggerating. From the moment she slipped them on, Violetta felt an unfamiliar lightness. The soles had adaptive cushioning that adjusted with her stride, and the grip pattern mimicked hiking shoes, sturdy enough for wet pavements or gravel paths, yet refined enough for a cafe lunch or art gallery stroll. The uppers were crafted from waterproof leather with subtle mesh ventilation, keeping her feet dry without overheating. The easy-on elastic design eliminated the need for bending or fumbling with laces, something her arthritic fingers deeply appreciated. During her final leg through the Swiss Alps, she tested them in every condition: misty mornings, train transfers, cobblestone lanes, and even light snow. Each step was a reassurance that she could still go everywhere she dreamed of, without her body holding her back. They didn't just fit every outfit, she laughed one evening, they fit every moment. The hybrids had become her constant companions, flexible, stylish, and quietly dependable, much like the spirit of senior travelers who refused to slow down. What made these shoes remarkable wasn't just the design, it was how they supported her independence. For seniors, especially those managing balance or mobility challenges, the hybrid's multi-surface traction and stability technology are invaluable. The heel-to-toe support reduces fatigue during long sightseeing days, while the temperature-regulating lining keeps feet cozy in the cold and cool during warmer transitions. Violetta noticed she no longer hesitated when the tour group took the scenic detour or when rain surprised the itinerary. She moved freely, confidently, aware that her shoes had her covered, literally and figuratively. Travel insight: when shopping for travel hybrids, look for waterproof, neutral-tone designs with breathable lining and supportive soles. Taupe, gray, or deep navy complement most outfits, from jeans to travel skirts. The best pairs merge versatility with sophistication, no clunky designs or orthopedic bulkiness. Violetta calls hers the one-pair miracle. They simplified packing, saved luggage space, and most importantly, gave her peace of mind. In her words, these shoes didn't just take me places. They reminded me that I can still go anywhere I want, just smarter, lighter, and surer of every step. For seniors embracing travel after 60, that's not just a shoe recommendation. It's an anthem of independence, comfort, and timeless adventure. After her trip, Violetta Crane said something unforgettable. Once I stopped chasing style that hurt and started wearing comfort that looked beautiful. I started walking longer, smiling more, and loving travel again. Those words captured more than her story. They captured a universal truth about aging gracefully, confidently, and freely. For Violetta, it wasn't just about shoes. It was about rediscovering the version of herself that felt unstoppable, curious, and alive. The woman who still wanted to see what was around the next corner, not what was behind her. When she returned home from Europe, something subtle but powerful had shifted. Her friends noticed first. She walked taller, moved lighter, and had that quiet sparkle of someone who'd found balance, literally and emotionally. She began taking morning walks again, not because she needed exercise, but because she loved the feeling of movement. My shoes became my reminder, she said, that I can still go places, and I don't have to suffer to do it beautifully. That's the unspoken secret many seniors forget. When your feet are cared for, your spirit follows. Violetta started inspiring others in her circle too. Her sister, who once avoided trips due to knee pain, bought a similar pair of travel hybrids and joined her for a weekend getaway. Her neighbor, who hadn't traveled since retirement, began planning her first cruise in a decade after seeing how Violetta managed hers with comfort and style. One simple shift, from enduring discomfort to embracing design with purpose, had a ripple effect. It wasn't vanity, it was empowerment. Because the right travel shoes don't just carry you. They remind you that your story isn't slowing down, it's evolving. That's the quiet power of choosing shoes that fit not just your feet, but your season of life. They make walking through airports less daunting, cobblestone streets less intimidating, and long sightseeing days something to look forward to again. Every step becomes a celebration of what your body can still do, not what it used to do. Because adventure doesn't care about age. It only cares that you're ready to walk into it with confidence, curiosity, and maybe a little style. So if you've ever hesitated to take that trip, fearing your knees, your feet, or your energy might not cooperate, remember Violetta. She's proof that you don't need to trade elegance for ease. You just need to choose smarter. The world doesn't shrink as we grow older. It simply asks us to walk through it more thoughtfully. If this helped you, tap like and share it with a friend over 60 who loves traveling in style and comfort. You might just inspire their next adventure. And don't forget to subscribe to Senior Travel Adventures, because next time, we're revealing the only shoe doctors recommend for seniors on long flights. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. The journey to smarter, pain-free travel continues, and it starts, as always, with one good step forward.